things, I believe it is Mohbad that is exposing them, because the fact that Sam Larry lied at this time in that interview, his body containers shows clearly that he touched Mohbad. I don't think anybody has the right to even display weapon. You use the weapon on Mohbad or not, for you to have displayed a machete, you have given Mohbad a trauma. A trauma. And even if someone wants to try and say, okay, based on the short video is not able to show us anything. They should petition those two old women that were carrying that wheelchair. They have a lot of things to say. They were eyewitness. I'm sure they don't know too much about those type of lifestyle. Where is the videographer? All these people are still alive. So I think the
can I say something? Sorry. Yeah. Can I say something? Yeah. You see, let's say now, because yesterday I was on a platform and people were talking about the white powder. Sam Larry, Mohbad is holding on to Sam Larry's white powder money and all of that. Let's even assume that's what went on. That was what it is. Okay. Now, regardless of that, I feel no human being deserves to buy. You don't have the right to take anybody's life, regardless of what that person has done to you, unless that person is a threat to your life and you buy the person in self-defense. That one did. The law has to look deep into it to see what was surrounded, like what happened, to determine if you're going to go scot-free or not. You know, even if the fact that they were doing this business, and that's why maybe this family are not confident enough to pursue, Sam Larry legally, but a life has been gone. If you guys are claiming that the bully that Sam Larry did on this guy is what led to his spy, nobody deserves to go. Regardless of it, let's forget about it. If there's an evidence to say this guy actually bullied this guy, even if Mohbad took the coke money and did not give it back, if that's even the case, I see no reason why this should not be pursued logically and lawfully, and let this guy pay for what he has done to Mohbad.
Okay, so let's
one second, Adedoyin, one second. I want everyone to wish Wise Merit a happy birthday, and I have her on big screen if you choose to gift. Thank you. Go ahead, Adedoyin. Happy birthday, Wise Merit.
Okay, so if you're saying that I've already condemned the bully part of it. But if you want to link the bully part of it to Mohbad's death, then you have to prove that medically. So now, let me tell you, and I think I heard somebody say that Mohbad had, high blood pressure. You must be able to prove that what Mohbad's blood pressure was, and after the bullying, what it was. Okay, and if you're saying that the bullying was part of what killed Mohbad, you must be able to prove that medically. You can't just start before a judge and you tell the judge, well, it was the bully that killed him. It was part of what killed him. You must be able to prove that medically. You must back it up. Okay? You must be able to back it up and say that, okay, when Sam Larry bullied Mohbad, when Naira Marley bullied Mohbad, this was Mohbad's blood pressure. His systolic blood pressure was 120, and his diastolic blood pressure maybe was 80, which is a perfect blood pressure. Then after the bullying, systolic went to 150, diastolic went to, let me say, maybe 100. You must be able to prove that. There must be a connection. Because sometimes I think we come on TikTok and we just talk, which is okay. But you must be able to prove medically that it was the bullying, that it had a link to what killed Mohbad. There must be a connection between Mohbad, Sam Larry bullying Mohbad, and him dying. There must be a link. But I will personally say that Sam Larry going to Mohbad's show, that was an invasion. And that is supposed to stir up, what's it called? Lawsuit against him. Because that is an invasion. He's doing his show, and you went there with cutlasses and stuff, threatening him and whatever it is. I think that's a problem on its own. And he petitioned you, and you later said that you answered the petition. Do we have proof that you actually went back to the police station to answer the petition and Mohbad did not show up? Do we have proof of that? So, and I think I'm speaking on both sides now. If you believe that Sam Larry bullied Mohbad, and that was part of what led to Mohbad's death, there must be a connection. There must be a written document. Mohbad would have gone to the hospital, and Mohbad would have complained to the doctor, or maybe went to a psych doctor. There must be a connection. Then there is a case. Okay? But I don't understand what Sam Larry did with the cutlass and all that. I don't think that was necessary. And I think that's a problem. Because if you could take cutlass to where Mohbad was having a show, imagine what had happened to that guy. Imagine it's just, sometimes when you think about these things, sometimes you can't just believe it. You took cutlasses to where Mohbad was, and the guy was so scared. What must have happened to Mohbad behind that nobody actually saw? So this is this is going to be a lengthy case, because this is going to be so lengthy.
Thank you for your submission. Sally, where did you go? You just dropped. I don't know who's up there. Crown somebody. Are you there? Crown somebody or sleeping? It's all right. We still have 2 spots up there. If anyone else has anything to say about this issue. This is just the first day of this. I'm waiting for more. And I honestly, I don't think that Zlatan will come out. That's my personal opinion. Creative, you were going to say something?
Yeah, okay, yeah. What I want to say is this. I think this son that is representing Baba. We've been told several times that he's also defending Mohbad, and I think they can use that opportunity as well to revive the petition that Mohbad wrote against Sam Larry through the son. That's I've forgotten his name. So that the case.
Shitu.
Yeah. Shitu. So that the case will be fight headlong. Since they already went to High Court, this guy back, because we believe they have a hand in the fire of Mohbad. They can as well simultaneously raise up the petition that Mohbad wrote through that same lawyer and fight the case simultaneously. So I think Baba is in the best position to do this, because the lawyer is already representing the family and by extension also representing Mohbad, so that the case can go headlong. That's just my own view.
Honestly, though, Creative, don't you think that Wumi should have petitioned a whole lot of people by now, but she's petitioned no one? Why is that?
Yeah, just like I just said now, there's a lawyer representing the family of Mohbad. that if Wunmi is petitioning, that probably she's petitioning as a wife or a partner to Mohbad. But on this angle, we have a lawyer already representing the family, and he is in the full face of this case. And he already is in high court for the same similar case. And that's why I said he should just.
Which lawyer is representing the family, and who do you mean by when you say family?
Shitu.
Shitu is representing Mr. Loba.
No, I don't
Is
think.
He's representing Wunmi as well?
No, he's not representing Wunmi. I think Wunmi has.
Okay, isn't Wunmi part of the family?
No, Wunmi, Baba Aloba is not counting Wunmi as part of the family. He is petitioning on behalf of
Himself, right? Because you said family. What family exactly? You there? Because I'm curious. People keep saying there's a lawyer representing the family. Family would include the mother, the father, the brother, the sister. That's the family. But I don't see it that way. Shitu is for Mr. Aloba, and Wunmi has her lawyer.
Okay. If you say Shitu is for Aloba, is Aloba a defendant or a witness in this case?
To be honest with you, Aloba doesn't even need a lawyer.
Yeah.
If he has a lawyer, it would be for the civil side. The state is what represents Mohbad.
Exactly.
I see right now is Aloba has his own lawyer and Wunmi has her own lawyer, and neither one of them are suspects at all. So why do they have lawyers to defend themselves, right? So when you say
why do you think the court entertained Shitu's case on behalf of Aloba when they said that they need to bring back Sam Larry and Prime Boy and stuff? Why did you think the court entertained it?
That's the coroner inquest. There's not in court yet.
No, they are in high court. It's different. They are in high court.
Oh, at the DPP.
Yeah, for the DPP case.
Oh, I have no clue.
Yeah, so that's why I said the lawyer is already representing the family.
I disagree when you said the family. The family. What family? One person is a family?
Aloba is the head of the family, right? And he wants to know what by his son. He wants to know what by his son. So he is representing that family to know what by his son. And the lawyer representing him is Shitu. And Shitu, by extension, is asking what by Mohbad.
Okay. Did you have a question or were you just making a statement?
I'm only making a statement. I'm only telling you that it is at this point in time that Shitu has to go in and probably revive the petition Mohbad wrote against Sam Larry, because there's an existing petition. We don't know if the police have probably into it because Mohbad didn't probably appear when he was invited. Then they can repetition on behalf of Mohbad through Aloba himself. And Wunmi can
Okay,
also
but
on his own, on our own part do that.
Right, exactly. I was just gonna say,
yeah.
Wunmi as the wife, she can do the exact same thing.
The court will still consolidate this case. If Wunmi is going to be petitioning Sam Larry and Baba Aloba is going to petition Sam Larry, the court will still have to consolidate the case and said they want the case to be heard as one. So that's why I said Shitu is in the best position now to do that, because he has already mentioned Sam Larry with the DPP case, so they should also revive the petition if they really want to have a fight against Sam Larry, because the issue they brought against DPP is that they shouldn't have released Sam Larry at this point in time. So if they're going to be losing that part, they shouldn't lose the part of petition.
Well, personally, I think Wumi would have more grounds of petitioning Sam Larry, seeing she's been living with it supposedly all this time. Still, Luba has limited proof when Wumi's supposed to have.
Aloba has
That
more
would be a
proof
better.
because he
Huh?
was part. Aloba has more proof because he was physically involved when his son was bullied when he went to Nara's house to go and probably plead on his behalf. So he was physically involved. So he can physically narrate his experience that yes, this guy was bullied. I personally went to go and plead that they should stop bullying this guy. So he knows he has more information because he was physically involved and he visited Naira Marley's house.
Can I say something creative? Now, can I quickly? Sorry, hi, good morning, everyone.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Is the best bet.
Sorry, she's not my girl. We are all discussing. I never come here to say
Okay,
she's
no
my girl.
vex. Okay, now this is it. See why is the best bet to petition Sam Larry. When Mohbad died, now I was stating something that before you start handling cases, right? Before people even want to go anywhere, before the funeral or whatever, what happened? Okay, where did the person die? Was it outside or inside? Now you check the vicinity around that place. How was the place before the person died? Few days before the person died. Now, like that stair railings, number one, what happened to it? We have seen a video or a picture rather where Mo was seated and the stair railings was good. They posted it, and was it Ayan or so that posted it, remembering Mo on the 9th of September 2023. That picture showed that the stair railings was good. Now, what happened between the 10th and the 11th and the 12th and the 15th and 13th of September 2023? We need to iron that out. Who broke the stair railings? What
Can
caused it?
you respond to that?
Wait, you will respond. Hold on,
Okay,
mister.
okay.
Now, what happened to the stair railings? Now, the same person on the 12th, heartbreak though. We are all different. But when something happens, a lot of people don't hold their phone. Immediately somebody passes away. That same day, people don't even get
Can we
it.
address one after the other?
Hold
So we
on, can I
don't. No,
finish?
you are
Hold
going
on, let
from
me
stair
finish.
to.
Mr. Creative.
No, you are going from
Wait
stair to
first.
phone. I said let's do
I
it
am
on
taking
stair.
you down a lane. Relax.
No.
Why I said, wait, I'm going to Sam Larry. Hold on. Now, the stair railings was broken, right? Back to what I was saying. On that same day, the 12th, that they are claimed Mo died. I don't know why people are forgetting that it was on the morning, all of us, so many people were hearing Mo have died. There are so many publications on the 12th, midnight, early hours, off on the 12th. But let me quickly juggle your brain down. Now, on that day that they have died a nigger, not quite a nigga. Now, come and take your trophy. Yes, that's the word, sorry. Come and take your trophy. The industry gods. Now, the industry gods that did it, there was a record of Naira Marley circulating that same narrative. Now, Sam Larry. She was one that wrote about the industry god. Why is she not petitioning the industry god that people are alleging? She has to sue Sam Larry because the eyes of the public are on Sam Larry now. She should face Sam Larry because one thing is this, she was the Ikpinle of Mohbad. There is nothing that was going on that she did not know. The beating, the footage, everything is on her phone. Now, Mohbad's phone, the password is with her. Allegedly, let's not forget and throw away that part. Ele. Remember that record. Ele, my password, my WhatsApp. Why did you change it? She has all the details. She would have all Mohbad's record, all the threat messages Mohbad is receiving in case allegedly Sam Larry is threatening her. She is the best bet, not the father. She should sue. And let us not forget, she also has a strong San, don't throw that away. What about San Falana? Isn't he the family lawyer again? Let him use him. The voice of the public would hear his own petition. Let him petition Sam Larry, not Baba Mohbad. I'm mute. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Let me just, because you said a lot, so let me start from the railing. I think we keep mentioning railing, but we don't have facts to it. Probably somebody push a narrative that a railing. Then, if there's a railing, the next question will be, what has railing got to do with the buy of Mohbad? Was Mohbad pushed and he hit his head on the railing? If yes, when there was autopsy, was there any wound that was seen on his body? Or even when he was to be buried, or when Baba Mohbad went to probably check him physically, did he see any wound on his body or probably any injury? I think that still remains.
It doesn't settle. Let me help you with that. You asked
No,
the question,
hold
is there
on.
facts?
You
Wait.
already spoken now.
There is
I
a
didn't
fact.
interject
Go
you.
to
Can you
channels
just
on
hold on?
YouTube.
Can you just hold on?
Sorry, let me quickly reference you. Don't, sorry. Go to channels right now on YouTube where Yadura testified it. Láàárọ̀ Monday tí Mohbad.
Sorry,
Now,
hold on.
another part.
Is
Hold on. At the funeral ground where Mohbad was exhumed, go watch the video again where Mohbad was exhumed. The egg part, there is blood. Now, that is where a lot of people don't believe in the autopsy toxicology that is being done.
Hold on.
Organophosphate,
Hold on
also
now.
poured
You
on
don't
the
need
boy's
to be.
body.
You
What do
don't
you
need to
get?
be on your
Kneel.
voice.
What do you
don't need to
get?
be on your
Kneel.
voice. You made your point. I was listening. I didn't interject you. Now, when you say Iyadura, I don't know. Did Iyadura go to the inquest to make a statement? If she doesn't, whatever she say on media will not be taken and will not be even entertained in the court of law, because she never went to where the case was being treated or probably dealt with. Now, the issue of railing still becomes an assumption until the person who pushed the narrative is ready to go to the court, stand as a witness, and say, yes, these railings, this was how it was before, this was how it is now, and this is what led to the damage of that railing. And the people living in the house, I think one or two of them have said, yes, this railing used to veer off. And sometimes when it veer off, we used to reset it. So if the people in the house who live in the house have already said it has nothing to do with the choir Mohbad, I think we should stop pushing narrative. That's number one. Then number two, we are trying as much as possible to push away the place of the nurse. Somebody came, a nurse came and said, yes, I injected this guy. I interacted with him. He spoke with me and he asked, are you the nurse? And from there, I injected him. He reacted, and the reaction caused a triggered. And I went to the nearby chemist to go and see if I can see what to use. So if a nurse already come and said, yes, I did this, why are we removing the place of the nurse? Are we saying that in somebody?
For a second.
Sorry, I don't think, can you just hold on, because you don't like people interjecting when you speak.
Okay, I apologize.
Now, you're welcome. Now, that is a place of the nurse. And this is what the court is going to work on, because the nurse went to the inquest, admitted under oath that she treated Mohbad, she injected Mohbad. As when she came to the house on the 12th, September 12th, Mohbad was alive and Mohbad interacted with her. So that nullified anybody pushing the narrative of September 11 again. As much as the person who injected him affirmed that he spoke with him and he was alive when she injected the guy. That's number one. Then I don't know, you spoke a lot, you talk about phone. I think on the issue of phone.
Can I quickly say something to that, please?
Sorry, please.
Because I want you to
I don't like being interjected. You will make me lose my line
I'm
of
not
thought.
interjecting.
Sorry, I didn't know you don't like this, and I don't want you to do it to others. You don't like being. You will say, hold on.
Okay.
So just hold on.
Okay.
So now on the issue of phone, probably somebody saying you have my passport. I think it is in the place of the police to request for that phone if the phone would lead to probably them unraveled. Probably there's some conversation that they need for them to go into details. Probably if the case is treated as homicide and there was no place of nurse and they're trying to link it to somebody outside, probably through a conversation that there was a conversation that, hey, buy this guy for me. Then the aspect of phone, we have to come in and they have to do a phone forensic to see who are those who had conversations within the last 1 week or 1 month. And after you bite, was there a communication between them that, yes, we have done what you guys said we should do? Where is our reward? So these are areas of phone forensic that will come in. But if a nurse says, yes, I injected this guy, and we are requesting for phone forensic, probably phone forensic will now have to do with what time. Because when the nurse come, there will be a communication. Probably somebody called Baba Mohbad and said, or probably the mother. What time did they call the mother? What was the conversation? Did they say Mohbad I spied? If yes, who made that? Who passed that message? And the person who passed the message will have to explain the period when Mohbad spied. I think that settles it as well. Then on the issue of probably, I don't know, you said a lot, but I think I have to stop here because I can't remember all what you said again. So I think I've addressed the one I can remember. Thank you very much.
All right, so can I come in now? Thank you, sir. So now, I want to ask.
Hold on.
Because I want to ask him a question. I'm with Thunder Fire. Please, just permit me. So now.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay, so now I want to ask you a question. This nurse we're talking about, is she a licensed nurse? Is she licensed? I mean, I'm asking you, sir. What's his name?
To me, my name is Creative, yeah.
Sir?
Yeah, okay. I think from what we had, from the police reports,
yeah,
and from the medical organization.
It's just a yes or no. Is she licensed? I mean, I don't want to go to the no. I just want yes or no. Is she licensed?
I want to answer my question. I want to explain.
No, please. Is it a yes or no?
I'm not under review, so don't put me under review.
All right. So now, let's take it as she's not licensed. Okay. So now you talk about allergic reaction. Okay. A nurse that is not licensed, how do you think she can differentiate between allergic reaction and non-allergic reaction? Because, the more we speak, the more we dig up. Hold on, sir. That's the reason why I don't like speaking too much again. Because I just dig up stuff and I don't want to.
Are you kidding? You love speaking.
So now you said something. You said, this nurse we're talking about, she's not licensed. She's not an RON. She's not a registered nurse. An MP, nurse practitioner. She has nothing. She's just an auxiliary nurse. How can an auxiliary nurse differentiate between an allergic reaction and a non-allergic reaction? So she said that when she gave Mohbad injection, Mohbad reacted to that injection. How could she have determined that if she wasn't licensed, or if she's not a licensed practical? Hold on, sir. If she's not a registered nurse.
Hold on.
So now, let me just say this so that I can let you speak. I would take an allergic reaction. I will accept an allergic reaction if a registered nurse was speaking. An auxiliary nurse wouldn't have been able to tell what an allergic reaction is. Seriously. During the time that she injected Mohbad. And according to what we heard, it was stated directly that what she gave Mohbad wasn't enough, or it's not enough to have killed Mohbad. Okay? So now...
Can we say pie?
Oh, bye.
Thank you.
Bye. So, when you talk about allergic reaction is, and we also heard that she said she went to, she ran to the chemist, and during the time that Mohbad was reacting,
We have mentioned so
okay,
much.
so now my question to you is this. We understand that the nurse said Mohbad reacted to the injection that she gave Mohbad. When the nurse went to the chemist and Mohbad injection, why didn't they rush Mohbad out of the house to a nearby hospital? Because I know Lekki very well. I know Lekki phase 1, Lekki phase 2. I know Lekki very well.
What's the question?
And Lekki,
What's the question?
why wasn't Mohbad rushed to a nearby hospital if Mohbad had reacted so bad
Is that the question?
to the injection? Yes, sir. That's the question.
No more. It
Please.
is no more. It is no more. How did the nurse know about trigger?
Number one, yes, that's number one. Then two.
Okay,
Thank you so much for that.
I will say this.
Answer-
Appreciate you. Unless we want to shy away from the truth, a lot of us, including me, we have used auxiliary nurse over time. Now, let me now come into some practical aspects. I know how to drive because my uncle taught me how to drive, and I've been driving for a long time, but I don't have a driver license. If I'm driving and the car is jacking, and probably I hit the car on the pole, if they ask me what happened, will I be able to tell them that the car is jacking? Or because I don't have a license, I cannot explain that the car is jacking. Or if I tell you the car is jacking, because I don't have a license to drive, you won't believe what I said. So that settle is that the auxiliary nurse, they are nurse training that have working under probably licensed nurse. They have seen similar cases, and even when you inject somebody and somebody reacts, it's a common sense. If I take a medication now and I react, and I don't need to be a practitioner before I know that I'm reacting. I remember when I took chloroquine, I was having itches all over my body until somebody gave me Piriton. I am not a practicing nurse, but I know that chloroquine resulted into me having an itchy body. So the issue of saying that the nurse is not registered, so she doesn't know what is trigger, I think that is ruled out. Then on the issue of probably when the nurse who went to the chemist to go and look for probably something to quell the reaction, probably you didn't follow the case. It was at that moment they pick up Mohbad and try to take him to the hospital. If you listen to it, they said the nurse even met them at the hospital, not at home anymore. Because when she went, she didn't come back and meet them at home. Before she came, they already took Mohbad out of the home to the hospital.
Objection to that. Objection. Hold on.
If you are free to object.
No. Objection. So now, according to what the nurse said that she went to the chemist to get an antidote for the reaction. By the time she came back to the house, she already met that they had poured water on Mohbad, not at the hospital, but at home. So now, let's go back to, you said that, the nurse knows what she's doing, registered nurse. Then if she's been tutored under a registered nurse, according to you, then the nurse isn't quack then. According to you.
What's the definition of quack?
A quack is someone that is not licensed, that doesn't know what he or she's doing.
Okay, good. Now, if
that's a quack.
Hold on. Hold on.
Let me finish. You said, and I think you need to go back to your drawing board. You said that the nurse met them at the hospital. That isn't true. The nurse said she came back and she made that they had already poured water on Mohbad, and she asked why. I use my mic.
Wait a minute. And then I heard a different story that when they were coming back, everyone in the house was already putting him in the vehicle. So at what point were they pouring water?
At what point?
Yes, but we heard the story
Doing to
that when the
answer that.
nurse came back, they were pouring water on him, and then we heard when they were coming back that the people were putting him in the vehicle.
And
It was two
also,
different stories.
Thunder
Yeah.
Fire,
Hello, good
according to the
morning.
doc.
I think
Hold
the
on,
thing is
please.
when
Good
somebody
morning,
brings
Hold
IT
on,
guy.
sir. Please, just let me inject this. Thunder Fire, according to the doc. The doc said that
The
they
what?
all drove, the doctor or doc, whatever.
Oh,
The doctor said that they all drove speedily into the hospital. Speedily into the hospital. And when they got there, they already found out that Mohbad was hours gone.
I think we need to
So,
put this straight. When the issue of water was when he was reacting, that was when water issue of water came in. When he was reacting before the nurse
where,
went to the chemist.
And can
and the nurse said when she
other
came back. So
panelists
how do we
allowed
draw
to
that?
jump in on this matter?
And the nurse said when she came
yes,
back.
because at this point we only have two people talking.
A very good morning to you. Aristocrat, you want to go before the IT guy because I met you here?
Answer that question of the water part. Now, the nurse's testimony was that.
Okay. All
The
right. Thank you,
nurse's
my brother.
Okay, go ahead. Let me drop.
All right. This is the IT guy. I've been listening to this show for hours now. And I think that the order of the day, the item of the moment at this point in time is pointing at a certain audio that, or well, I don't know, presentation video that we all listen to, courtesy of VDM, and obviously that was graced by the presence of Sam Larry. Now, for me, I never really get involved with analysis of videos and audios and all that kind of stuff. I always tend to distance myself away from it. First and foremost, I listened to that on I think the Snipers platform. So it was played twice and all that kind of stuff. So it was clear that this is breaking news and something new has actually come to play. Now, I am looking at this situation and thinking, because it's a good thing the aristocrat is there. So on the legal side of things, maybe he can kind of chip in when he's ready for his submission. So, Mr. Joseph Aloba recently came public about this aspect of him wanting to engage with the DPP, challenge the DPP, and bring all these supposed assailants back to play. Crime Boy, Sam Larry, and then we have Naira Marley himself, so three of them back. Situation caught the attention of the public. That was adjourned and all that kind of stuff. And it is more like timely that Sam Larry then came out with VDM and where we are as part of the order of the day. Now, for me, personally, I don't have anything against VDM, but I just don't rate him. So I tend not to want to talk about him. Because if I do, it will seem as if I'm fighting Papariano. It will be likened to that because I will not stop. But having said that, the same VDM obviously has been part of this course. The same VDM is the one that initiated and instigated the aspect of check the child very well. Yabo Joe probably did our own African television, did his own and all that kind of stuff. And then it's the same VDM that distanced himself away from this whole case completely. Then he tried to come back at some point. Where the public was quick to kind of reveal a video of him and Naira Marley in a nightclub and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, with all that all said, we now have Sam Larry come in public in a timely manner after Mr. Joseph Aloba has gone public to bring him, Naira Marley and Prime Boy back into the case. And then we then have all the shenanigans of what ensued in the video or the audio and all the utterances and all that kind of stuff. We bring it together. And I'm looking at this thing. Now, Sam Larry coming out now. I've got 2 items on my agenda. All his statements and everything is said in there. I would like him to come public and actually tell me, is this an atonement or a defense? Is it an atonement? Talking about the Constitution, looking at the judicial process, thinking about when this guy may have been bullied, whether physically or not physically, it doesn't necessarily have to be physical. You don't necessarily have to go in there and show me a video of beating them up. Bullying is bullying, and that is that about that. Now, if you've inflicted pain on Mohbad's mental health, does our Constitution then say there is a timeline in which you can still be brought to justice if that person dies within a period of time after you bullied him? And then if we have a catalog of bullying by Sam Larry on one side, Naira Marley on one side, it doesn't have to be physical. It only needs to be mental. Because why? If you bully someone to a point where they can't take it anymore, they can decide to go and jump off the cliff. They can go and jump off the cliff. Now, Sam Larry, are you apologizing? Is this an atonement? Or are you actually building a defense, knowing that your lawyers may have advised you there is a possibility that you will be brought into the dock again? Now, let's not forget that Naira Marley and Sam Larry, when the police picked them up or when they reported to the police, or originally they would have seized their passports at the time, and they got detained for a number of days or weeks. Now, during that period, they would have actually done a check on their alibi, whether you're in Dubai or you're in Kenya or you're in Amsterdam. I'm sure the police would have done that. And bringing that into our debate actually means that we rather than actually asserting what we don't know, we should be asking the police, and the police would have sent a passport, they would have sent a visa, they would have actually gone through the tickets to actually say, yes, definitely, this guy did travel on this vessel when he went over to this place on this date, and then, yeah, he traveled on another vessel when he came back. Now, the question is, does Joseph Aloba have a case against Sam Larry, Naira Marley, and Prime Boy? Do we then have a timeline in which, if Mohbad passed away, even though his death was caused in the house and these assailants were in there, the fact that you've got involved in what we've catalogued and you have actually asserted to the fact that you may have meddled with the guy's mental health at any given time, does that timeline allow Mr. Joseph Aloba first bring these guys back into the case? Now, they may not be found to be responsible for the death of Mohbad, but the law will actually apportion what is appropriate to them to ensure that they actually share part of what is needed in terms of finding out the cause of death. Otherwise, we will be back to the inquest again, and we need to be careful also with what has come to play. Why are we never patient? Because if we are patient, now we are now loading part 1, 1.0, and then all we need to do is to attack VDM and Sam Larry to give us part 2 of whatever it is that they've conjured and engineered to put in the public place to distract us yet again. And the problem we're going to have all of us are going to be fighting ourselves. This one is going to say this video was dropped and they say, we don't know when the video was made. Now, allow Sam Larry and VDM to put all that together and do a 2.0. So we know where we are. We all know that Mohbad died in the house. And we need to understand that Mr. Joseph Aloba became the claimant in this case, complainant in this case. And he stays steadfast. Okay, we've got our Sam Shitu, who is a lawyer, who we believe should be fighting on behalf of Mohbad. Now, should Joseph Aloba be the only person on the forefront as a claimant? Shouldn't that be the entire family? Should it be the entire family when the family are in disharmony? Hence, there is only one complainant, who the system, who the, let's say, what's it called? The process of finding the fact actually recognizes as well. So put it together. We've got an inquest and Joseph Aloba is there when many of them should be there. And it will still be the same Sam Shitu that will be, well, maybe we can then see him as a family lawyer. But family is in disharmony. Okay, why is Cynthia Wumi Adebanjo not a complainant? Well, she's a witness. She could have been a suspect. Why? Because Mohbad died in the house. Now, as if she has something she's not telling us, she's now not going to come out and say by default, I'm looking for you were in the house with the rest of the people in the house. You got involved in the process of bringing the nurse to the house. And if it is indeed true that it was a nurse's injection that killed Mohbad, well, allegedly, if it's indeed true that he died on the 11th instead of the stated, no, he died on the 11th or 12th, and then Joseph Aloba himself is saying, I believe he died on the 11th, it's up to Joseph Aloba as a complainant to also say, I want that investigated. I need the police to get in there. I want to know whether it is indeed true that he died on the 12th. I believe he died on the 11th. So we need to understand the reason why Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo would not have been classed as a complainant, because she should be part of the people to tell the public how her husband died. I rest my case. Thank you so much. A very good Monday morning to everyone. And I bid and wish you guys a wonderful week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, IT guy. Aristocrat, are you there? You have a black screen from what I'm seeing. No? Everyone, once again, say happy birthday to Wise Merit. She's a year older today. Anybody else have anything to say against what IT guy had to say?
Yeah, okay, let me just, there's this talk that we always say, the wife should come and tell us what happened to the husband. And I think she has granted probably over 5 or 6 or 7 interviews, and she has given a statement with the police. I don't know if she was at the inquest, but I don't want to say about that because I don't have information about that. But I know she has given a statement to the police. She has granted public interviews, gave narrative of what happened, how it happened, and stuff. So if people are saying she should come and tell us how the husband died or what by the husband, when she has already mentioned all this, it means probably we know what she ought to say that she's not saying. So if we know that we feel she's hiding, I think we should also be in the best position to tell the public exactly what she is hiding from the public, so that we can save ourselves from this guessing of assumptions and trying to say, hey, you have not told us the truth. And if everybody in the house pointing at the nurse and saying the nurse came, blah, blah, blah. And the nurse said, yes, I came. I injected this guy. And we are saying, no, the nurse never came. She was just scripted into the whole stuff. So I think those who said the nurse was scripted should also volunteer to make themselves available and be part of the witness in this case, and go to probably the police or join the team of those who are looking for justice and the legal team and help them to unravel the whole thing. That's just what I want to say.
One question I have, though, I don't think any of you can answer. All this time, we've heard of a nurse, yes. We heard the coroner inquest where the nurse finally showed up. But when Wumi came out to speak, suddenly there's 2 nurses that we didn't know about. Why wasn't this said from the beginning or even in the inquest?
Do you want me to answer that? Okay, now.
If you can read her mind, maybe.
I can. It's not, I think the issue of second nurse has to do with, which was clearly stated, that after they have taken Mohbad to the hospital where they confirmed him dead, they were not agreeing. They don't want to believe it's true. So they had to request for another nurse to still come and check.
I understand that. That's what she said in one of her interviews, but she didn't say that in the inquest.
Yes, it's not going to be mentioned in the inquest because the nurse has nothing to do with the death of Mohbad. She only came to like, okay, let me confirm if truly he is spied or not. So he or she didn't administer anything on Mohbad. So there's no need of mentioning the person, because mentioning her, somebody who came to examine, like just look, not injecting, or probably the deed has been done. The guy is already gone. He has been registered doctor, and somebody say, I don't believe what the doctor told me. Can you still come and help me confirm if truly? And the person will come and say, this guy is gone. So why would the person have to be a case in court when he didn't probably touch the body or probably administer anything on the body? So I think that's the issue of the 2 nurses that in this case.
Okay. I was just wondering if why mention it now if it was not a big deal, if it was only after the fact?
The thing is, when she mentioned it, because she was giving a narrative, and they were asking, what effort did you do? Did you make? And it was in the narration, like, even when they found that we never believe, we had to even invite another nurse to come and confirm to us if truly, sometimes when you lose somebody, you don't want to believe this person is gone. Some people will say, hey, don't worry, I believe he's going to rise up. Don't bury my child. I believe he's going to rise up because...
that would be true if they had not embalmed him. Do you embalm somebody if you think he might wake up?
Embalm?
Yeah, put the cotton in the nose and all that stuff. Are you gonna do that to someone that you think might wake up?
I don't know your belief when it comes to spiritualism. We have seen people...
None.
Okay, very good. So we have seen some people probably who have been satisfied dead, and probably they came back. We have seen that it could be an RNG or stuff, but for me, sometimes I might not want to believe this is real. I can't believe he is dead. Can you just get me somebody else to confirm this is real? So sometimes you might be in a mirage. You might never want to believe it is true. So at that point, you can do anything just to satisfy yourself that yes, the reality has set in.
I don't know. You guys make up some pretty good excuses. I'm not a Nigerian, and this stuff is unheard of to me.
No, it is what I told us.
If I don't believe that, if I can't accept the part that my significant other has passed away, the last thing I'm going to do is start blocking his nose and ears. You're stopping him from breathing, if anything, right? You didn't even give him a chance to fit for me. It doesn't fit for me.
I understand. So what are you now holding on to in the place of the second nurse? What's your view?
The second nurse? We just heard of the second nurse from her interviews. We never knew there was a second nurse. I don't understand. You had 2 hospitals already confirmed, but yet you're gonna bring a nurse over doctors? That doesn't make sense either. A doctor would know better than a nurse would. So that kind of doesn't fit in the scenario either. And then she was told to take the body to the morgue, and she brought him home. Why?
On that.
You know, I'm not saying that she did anything. I'm not saying that she pie her husband, but some of these things just don't add up.
I think, okay, now on the issue of taking the corpse home, this is where I also need a forensic to be done. Now, if somebody pied as a wife, you need to take permission from the family that this is what happened. And the family can say, you know what, just take him home. We want to come and see for ourselves. So she needs to tell us that was she given an instruction to take the body home and not to the mortuary. That's number one. Then number two, in a sane society, which I always say, when a corpse is brought to the hospital, it is in the place of the hospital to call the police on the spot that we have a case of death here, and probably they will issue a death report that this corpse should be taken to the morgue immediately. And most hospitals have morgue that they'll tell you, go and deposit this corpse in the morgue while we issue a report on it. So we
haven't heard from Coramed.
About what?
Coramed, the first hospital they went to was Coramed. We still have heard nothing. We've heard nothing.
I think they also need to come and speak. And because, when they said that the second hospital said this rigor mortis that it has set in 3 hours ago, that we need to know the distance between the first hospital and the second hospital. That we also need to...
It's about 15 minutes. It's about 15 minutes. We've already done the math.
No, it could be a 15-minute, but was there a delay on the road?
Definitely not 3 hours, I'm sure. It's only a 15-minute drive from one hospital to another.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That when rigor mortis setting, I have done this assignment, the research long ago. Rigor mortis setting between 1 hour or 3 hours, and the doctor who satisfy the rigor mortis stuff should also need to come to the inquest and say, yes, I satisfied in my testing and the rigor mortis, this is the exact hour I meant, because he only mentioned rigor mortis, but rigor mortis even setting even between 0 hour and 1 hour. So 0 minutes and 1 hour. So all these are what they need to establish. And this is where the police need to make a comprehensive report and resolve all these assumptions that are flying so that everybody can rest. So I think this is where the police need to make a comprehensive report after gathering the report from the Coramed, from the other hospital, and from both doctors, and make a comprehensive report so that everybody will know exactly the true state of issues.
Good morning, aristocrat.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I went off.
How far now?
I did now. How body did cyclops now?
I'm good.
No shaky. A quick one. Let me just give my 2 cents. I think just like the IT guy tried to lay down earlier and creative as well, we simply have to differentiate these cases. That is a case of murder, and that is a case of bullying. The case of bullying, if you look at the timeline, does not align with the murder. Therefore, Police will be looking at the homicide case, have they pronounced it, with regards to circumstances around it and the area where it happened and all whatnot. Case of bullying would be a different thing. But as the record proves, police did charge Sam Larry and Naira Marley to bullying, and they are on bail. Except that have changed. They are on bail. So I think this thing still boils down to the fact that as the public, as much as we needed some questions to be answered, our inquiry should be directed to the government. Number one, on case of bullying, that the state did charge Naira Marley and Sam Larry and they are on bail, we need to ask them what is happening to the case. Has the case been dropped? Has it been adjourned? Is it still under investigation? Were they charged to court just for them to investigate it, or they do not see a reason that a crime was committed with all the materials available, including what Naira Marley came to, Sam Larry came to talk about with VDMs. I just feel he's just trying to come clean, but excuse me, visuals don't lie. The video shows that he did touch Mohbad in that video, and what he said too. So if at the end of the day they resolved what happened, then why did Mohbad wrote a petition against him? Why did he defend himself? So I think we should leave that in the realm of investigation. But as a public, what we should demand, which I have said in the past as well, that there is a case of bullying here. And it is expedient that the government itself look into it in order to stop it. It goes on every day. It's part of human existence. Bullying, we know what it is. Nowadays, it's more elaborated, and people look into it more. They bring a lot of things into the basket of bullying. And the one for Mohbad is an obvious one. You came into where they are recording. There are other persons there. There were two women there trying to push the wheelchair Zlatan and Mohbad were sitting on in that video. And it shows that Naira Marley did touch his head. Then he jumped up from the seat. So what would you time that with when you entered a place where they were recording something and you came with men with machetes and all that? What would you time with that? So I would like to leave that in the purview of the, of the state. But I know that state have already charged them on bullying. What are the elements in that bucket of charge of bullying against them, against Naira Marley and Sam Larry? But with regards to if they were involved in his death, of what happened in September, it has been evidence that you can't link them to it because they were not in Nigeria, except proved otherwise. But in not going to speculations, I believe there is a case on bullying against these people. So people should call on government to say, come, what are you doing with this? Why is it just sitting there? What are you doing with it? Are you waiting for it to gather dividends? They need to work on it. And that's what I believe in. In the case of the mother, we can't discuss it all. It is there. But the fact still remains, as at this hour, as at this minute, what is legally available as to what killed Mohbad was a reaction to an injection from an auxiliary nurse. You can call it a quack nurse. So that is what is there. If there is any other evidence that can prove that wrong, I think by now, it's like 21st month now, 3 months more to become 2 years that he died, people should come out with it. People should come out.
Does Aristocrat, do the autopsy reports prove that?
Autopsy report, what you see that autopsy report, the day I analyzed the autopsy report last year, I was able to bring out that even what the nurse said she injected Mohbad with was not part of the substance seen. They saw three substances: paracetamol, nicotine, and puritin. Those were the three substances they saw. Yes, the substance measurements are very, very negligible. They wouldn't have, done anything. But at the same time, you need to look at the end of life of each of those drugs for them to have showed and a whole lot of things. So, with regards to the toxicology report, those things that are there, I really don't want to speak for the nurse. That is why I don't always analyze those things. Because if the nurse gets a good lawyer, she can actually just get a slap on the wrist if she has a good lawyer. So, but I don't want to dabble into that. Most importantly for me is this. I am of the opinion that rather than the father of Mohbad taking the DPP or removing Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and Prime Boy from the DPP has power to do that. But nailing Naira Marley, Sam Larry, or whoever on bullying of Mohbad, that is a very strong case. So I believe that their lawyers should have analyzed the case and pick the battle they can actually fight. You might not hook them. Evidences on ground does not, have any kind of link with the mother of Mohbad. It is the nurse that is seen based on what she injected him with. But on bullying, they can actually, look at that, and in the common interest of everybody and what is happening around the world, that is a very, very strong point if they really want to explore. And in that one, they can get NGOs that talk about stop bullying and all that. They can look at that and they can analyze it further. What will be the effect of long time bullying on an individual psyche, mental health, and link it with what the wife did say, that Mohbad at times is absent-minded and all that. So they can link on bullying. Then they will look at the charges of bullying. It's just probably to, establish a deterrent to bullying that is not good. But with regard with the mother of Mohbad, no, I don't think you can pick Sam Larry, Naira Marley to that. You can't really establish that. And for any legal-minded person or legal practitioner, they really want to go to court with a case that they have enough evidence from the police investigation that will be able to say the suspect actually committed the crime. Or it will be another exercise and effort in futility. That is what I think. And like African TV said, what VDM did, is he a distraction or not? Potato, I would say. For those who might want to look at it afresh, it might not be a distraction. But for those who want to see it as an input to the murder of Mohbad, I believe that is a distraction. Because whatever he's talking about does not have to do with what killed him in September 2023. Whatever he did that, maybe he did it in 2022 or something, I don't know. And that one does not have effect on that, as far as I'm concerned. So people should just try to separate the cases and discuss it as per the importance. Both are important, but people should look at it in the realm of where they actually exist. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Risto.
Okay,
Be
thank you,
careful.
Mr.
Go ahead.
Aristocrat. Okay, thank you, Mr. Aristocrat. I think people has been saying that Baba Aloba, Mr. Aloba, knows what happened to his son. Now that he's bringing Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and Prime Boy, why are we blaming him? I think he has a right to bring whoever he wants to bring because he's the father of the disease. I think we should allow him to do whatever he thinks is because he knows best. Is his son. That's all I want to say.
The only reason, the only thing that I have issue with on that is Mr. Aloba this whole time has been saying that Niramali couldn't have done such a thing. And now all of a sudden he's bringing them to high court. So that's a little confusing to me. And he's going there with what evidence? That's my only question. Mercy.
His lawyer should do that. His lawyer should look for evidence, whatever he has, because the lawyer knows that you can't prove a case without evidence. You understand? So I think they have evidence. Let them bring evidence by bringing Aramali, Sam Larry, and Prime Boy back to the court.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I believe he knows what he's doing. Yeah, I believe he knows what he's doing.
We'll see. I'm waiting. Mercy Idris, good morning.
Good morning, Thunderfire. Good morning, everybody. How you guys?
Havana.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I don't have much to say. I'm just catching up everything I've missed for the past 3 days. But the little I've catched up is that I think some sides are really happy that Tuesday or Wednesday is going to be the judgment day, right? The North and Spendy are going down. Some people are happy over that. And the other side, some people are still trying to use the bullying case, trying to add the bullying case to the murder case, which I don't agree with. We can really see that, yes, there was bullying. We can see that Mohbad was really, really tortured. We saw everything. But is that work by Mohbad right now? My answer is no. Because, according to Wumi, she said that you finally did what you want to do. Come and take your trophy. She wasn't telling us at the beginning that there was any nurse involved, right? She made the whole world to believe that it was through that bully that died Mohbad. Now, she also said on her interviews that the injection the nurse gave to Mohbad, that Mohbad reacted to, yeah? And they had to rush him to the hospital. That was on one interview. And another interview, she also said, 20 minutes after they got to the hospital, Mohbad died. She also said Mohbad died in the house. So this consistency is not there for her. To me, I just want to believe that people are thinking that this guy will not get justice. I've always been saying, I believe he will get the justice, but I don't know how he's going to get it. VDM coming back in this case, some people say it's a distraction. Some people said, no, it's not a distraction. If you go back to what VDM has been saying from the beginning, despite that he did not really handle the case or he did not really put more effort on the case. If you watch all his videos, because I was watching some of his old videos regarding this case, the guy was actually making sense, and that was why a lot of people came after him when he brought the DNA, brought all this, brought all that. And he made mention there, and he said, if we knew that there was nurse involved in the beginning from the wife, then people will now know that, yes, something really happened. To me, Wumi people and Baba people, I want to say, because those are the two people who are actually, I can't speak for himself. And we can really see that Mohbad can't speak for himself due to the interview VDM gave with Samilare. There's Latan. Now, Mohbad is not there to defend himself. I agree with Aristocrat because that video of that bullying, I have rewatched and rewatched. This guy was saying he never touched Mohbad. But if you watch, it was Slantan that was, he quickly stopped him. But he already tapped Mohbad already and say, yeah. So his hands, as far as that hand touched Mohbad, so he cannot be denying that he never, they should come and bring evidence of video. That very evidence of video, he touched the guy, and we don't know what happened later. So I want to tell these people supporting these two people that are still alive, and forgetting that Mohbad is still there in the morgue, that can't speak for himself, because everybody is lying. Everyone is trying to defend or protect themselves. They are all lying. Wumi Obaba, everybody is lying. This same Maloba said that he cannot blame Naramali. He cannot accuse them for anything that has to do with Mohbad. This same man is now coming out now and not bringing the bully issue, putting it together with the murder issue. No. Shekpeteri said Mohbad died in the house. Wumi said Mohbad died in the house. Mohbad did not die in the hospital. Mohbad did not die on the street where they were beating or bullying him. So these lies are just too much. And I don't know why we all have to just sit down there and allow people messing up. People cannot mess with my brain anymore because I know where I stand. I'm neutral and I'm standing for Mohbad. But you see this thing you people are doing, if you have conscience, you got children, you got family, put yourself in Mohbad's shoes. You people that are defending people that are alive, you got kids, you got sons, you got daughters. Put yourself in those shoes. If this happened to you, is this how you're going to handle the case? You defending Wumi, you defending Baba. If it was you, say it to yourself. If you still have a little bit of conscience in your heart, if this was you, is this how you are going to handle this case? It's going to be catching up for the past 3 days I've missed, but the little I've seen, please. Sorry, my phone is stronger.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you.
And I will join back later, okay? Thank you so much.
No problem.
Just a quick one on to a number of items what Aristocrat said and Mercy Idris. Yeah, beautiful submission. Do you automatically become guilty or do you remain innocent until proven or proved guilty? Now, Mr. Joseph Aloba may actually see one part of the process as one to question. Now, if we're looking for the cause of death, and we have a number of people, whether are not culpable or, the other way where people are innocent, they're just observers or witnesses and all that kind of stuff. I would have actually thought that we see the inquest through, and at the end of it, you then have a pronouncement to the public to say, okay, these 3 people, out of technicalities, will be excluded from the process because, according to our findings, XYZ will exonerate them. And then these other 2 spending and the nurse will go to the higher court for whoever we want to throw at them. Then the question would be, shouldn't the DPP be patient enough to get to the end of the actual inquest before they attempt to exonerate these 3 personalities like Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and Spending? And I think that is probably the reason why Mr. Joseph Aloba will say to the lawyer, are there technicalities, are there reasons for us to bring them back? Maybe there may be a reason to bring them back, so we don't exonerate them and clear them out of this whole process, because anything can still come up. Evidences can still come up where the DPP, the police, and the magistrate will confer and actually agree to allow them to remain part of the process. But as Aristocrats actually mentioned, maybe the DPP actually has the power to do it in drips and drabs. And then the moment they realize that we no longer need these people and they are not suspect in our findings, their actions could not have actually caused the death of the departed. And then that will be that. So we are in a situation whereby we're pondering over whether the timing of the announcement was wrong or right. Perhaps they should have left it till the end of it. And according to Mercy Idris, if we withdraw our emotions, anyone that is presumed innocent is innocent in the case. Anyone who is presumed a suspect is a suspect. Anyone who is presumed a witness remains a witness. I mean, this court at this point in time is all about finding the cause of death. It is not a situation where we're looking for someone to lock up. But at the end of the day, we may find a number of personalities that we want to push up to the higher court to be tried for one thing or another. But as Aristocrat also said, you need to have a truthful demarcation between bullying and actually find the actual cause of death and the actual people that you lined up that the DPP say are no longer interested in interesting personality in the case were not in the house. They weren't in the house, and it was in the house that the situation happened. So we need to demarcate the whole thing and not mix it up. And one thing we do incorrectly is that we can sit on a platform for 8 hours and we're talking about, did you see this video? Did you see that video? The lawyer said this, and because the lawyer said that, that is no. If we focus on what is useful, what we can actually have logical debate about, it will be what the police brought to the public, when the police gave their initial statement to the public, what everyone, actors and actresses, or the one you want to believe and don't want to believe, may have said during the inquest. The entries are in the CTC. We may not find anything people are saying in public. We may not even find what is happening in all this audio and video that we're analyzing at the moment between VDM and Samilari as useful. And actually, if you take that to court, it may not be admissible. Why? Because, well, it's just one of those things that these are wrongs of our time. We amend our legislation, we amend the system, we fine-tune the mind of people to actually understand the full impact of bullying and how it impacts people's mental health. And if the court actually believe that, okay, you know what, you are on bail, the father of the deceased has brought something up, okay, we're gonna listen to them. You know what, we're gonna lock you guys up for 3 years. You now realize that the case is not a case. Why? Because it's isolated. The inquest is to find the cause of death, and it is not to lock anybody up. I wouldn't want to go on beyond that. Thank you.
Thank you. Salsa, you have something to say?
Good morning, Thunderfire. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Wise Merit.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my beautiful host. God will bless you.
You're welcome.
I don't know. Because the way I'm seeing things, like people are so hypocrite. Like they don't really just want justice for this boy. Because for me, I don't know why people keep finding fault in everything anybody does in this justice, just to make sure that at least we get answers. What VDM did for me, it's really, really good. Not the part of Sam Larry, but the part of VDM, because making him speak opens more rooms to see that yes, he's actually guilty. He was guilty of the bully. No, there's no way he want to explain, to exonerate himself. There is no way. So if he never spoke, excuse me, I'll come back.
But we already knew he was guilty, and that's why they spent 3 months in jail. So VDM bringing it out to what we already knew. So I don't really know what the point was. It doesn't prove he pied him, though. Though that I honestly don't get it. I mean, I like Very Dark Man, but I don't understand this strategy.
But
Slim.
Larry admitting that he bullied Mohbad when he had an interview with VDM.
What?
Can I
I said,
continue?
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. Yes, they went for 3 months, but still people are not like happy. Some people don't even get it. Some people are even thinking that still it was their bully that by him. If you go on Instagram, you know that people don't even get it. They always think even that they are the one that by him. For them, for him opening it again, for people to really differentiate the two cases, bully and the who paid him, is different. So because they don't want people to see the truth, that's why you will see them always accusing this guy of killing, bullying and killing. So for me, it's like clear to people that
So
he
Very
even
Dark
said it.
Man
I
was
know
trying to
this
clear his
one
name. So Very Dark Man was trying to clear Sam Larry's name, right?
from killing. From killing, yes, from
Can we
killing,
say pieing?
because people are
I think it's from bullying. It's
from
from bullying.
buying. No, from bullying he cannot, because he even said it that I'm not even talking about the buying, but the bullying. When you explain, people will know the truth. You are going to explain, and people will know the truth. He was not explaining for him. He was the one that explained, and he said this person was my 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 witness. So he called on that person to also come and say something. So by that person saying that, okay, he bullied him that day, because Sam Larry always say in that video day, that 9 second or 9 minute video, that's what he said. That day he did not beat him. That day he did not beat him. So he is saying that that video particular he did not beat Mohbad. Let us prove it. That's why I just say if they have the full video, they should just post it. Why always cutting the half video? They should just post the whole thing that happened where they were eating amala. They cannot say they did not video all those sides. Just coming and you block them, making as if he was actually trying to beat him, but he said he did not beat him. So let's prove him wrong. Me, I'm just always open. I want to challenge people. When you say you are challenging me too, I will challenge you. He said he never beat him in that video. Then let's prove him wrong. But for the rest of the time, the way he did explanation that day, I know he has beat Mohbad before. He has beaten Mohbad before. He has been threatening him because of Naira Marley. Just because Sam Larry Mohbad was saying that he don't want to be, Malians anymore. It's natural. You want to be fighting for your friend, intimidating that person always. So Sam Larry cannot deny that. He can never escape bullying from Mohbad. But why, my own question is that why are they always posting half, little seconds video? Why not post the whole proof? So if they know that they really have proof that this man beats Mohbad, they should just sue him. If I'm Wumi or Baba, you don't take it criminal way. Sue them civil way. Sue them directly to court, and you have this evidence and show it to the court. That's simple. Show the evidence to court. If really with the 3 months they spent is not enough for you, sue them to the civil court, show the evidence, then they will just charge them straight to maybe prison, maybe 5 years, 6 years, 3 years. It's very simple than be manipulating the internet against them. It's very bad. That's the only thing I'm against. They are just manipulating things. If you really know you have evidence, sue the people to court, show the evidence, then Mohbad will get justice from the bullying. But you say they bullied him, you have evidence, but you cannot sue them to make sure they really pay for the bully. That's very bad for me.
Very much, I thought. Correct. You see, the truth of the matter for me is this. If these people, everybody brandishing video all the time, if they truly have evidence of bullying, it must not be Baba or must it be Wumi. Either of them can do it. They both have lawyers. Wumi is the wife to Mohbad. She has the right to seek redress. Bullying is a crime. It's not defamation, where if someone defames you and you took the matter to court and the person dies, the case ends. No, bullying is a crime. Now, if either Wumi or Baba's lawyer then, all this while for close to 2 years, have seen this matter as a recurring decimal, why haven't they pursued it? Even if the state is sleeping on it, why didn't they also take it up? It is not saying that was what killed Mohbad, but while Mohbad was alive, they should have been able to come with petition, with medical references that would say while he was alive, it did affect him. And they can persecute this. They can. So for me, just like Saiso said, if they continue to show us bit by bit of videos, it means they just want to sensationalize it. They really don't want to prosecute. If you truly want to prosecute, get your cases together, go to the police, report it formally, go to human rights organization, report it formally, and take it up. Go and meet NGOs that are involved in all this bullying thing and put it on their table, and you start the advocacy. Even doing that bully in the memory of Mohbad is a good thing to do. It is going to be a good thing for some people to gather and say, yes, you are working on what killed Mohbad, but while Mohbad was alive, we could see that there were evidences of bullying against this young man, and we are taking it up. That is a social responsibility. But coming out every day, he bully, he no bully, he do this, he Naramali, he no Naramali. As far as I'm concerned, they are just noise in the channel. And it's not, it will continue to be.
Okay, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, Salsa, smile.
To say this, they must show leadership. People that are saying, we love Mohbad, we are Mohbad's family, we are Papa Mohbad, we are wife Mohbad, we are associate Mohbad. If they truly want to show love for Mohbad, this is a very real opportunity, and it's showing itself again because they've missed it before. It is high time they seize it now and prosecute on bullying matter. Was he bullied? Establish it and do it for the sake of other people that are currently being bullied and those who will still be bullied. And for those who are bullied, maybe they need psychological examination for them to know in this dispensation, in the world of today, we are not in medieval era where you must subdue people to show your power. You don't have to go with arms and ammunition to show people that you are the boss. Lion don't have to show other animal that is the king of the jungle. He just need to mark his territory and they will respect it. Respect is earned, is never forced. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Aristocrat. Good morning, sir. I have a question for you. Is it that the police...
Good morning, First Lady.
Yeah. Is it that the police cannot charge Sam Larry and Naira Marley to court for bullying and assault? Or must the family or friends press charges before they'll be charged to court?
Now, a very good question. According to record, Sam Larry and Naira Marley were on bail on bully charges. If you recall, when they returned to Nigeria, they went to court to be bailed. I think, I don't know the number of millions they bailed them. So, and this is part of the responsibility of the people. Cases lying in court today that have been pushed backward. It happens. Part of the minuses of our society. And this is now the responsibility of we, the public. What should we advocate for? If by then, last year, these people were charged to court, if by then, last year, these people were charged to court, and today, the matter is just there, nobody's talking about it. And VDM have done something. He has brought it back to fore. I think this is what people should be talking about. It is not that they have committed murder. It is bullying. That is what they are looking at. And I feel that is what we as a people to do. Secondly, if Muhammad do not go to the mountain, or the mountain do not go to Muhammad, Muhammad should go to mountain. If government, as we know as Nigeria, is dragging on the matter, not acting properly, why can't we, as a people or the family, take it up? We are all advocating for Mohbad. Let's advocate for bullying against Mohbad. This itself is a social responsibility. Today, bullying is a topic all over the world. And it will be nice for people shouting, walking Mohbad. Why police is responsible to get that? If we are yet to find evidences for that, to challenge the status quo of the police, that it was the nurse injection that reacted to it, what should we do? Let's focus on that of bullying. Evidences are there. Police have tagged these people before. Why are they not following on it? If they are not following on it, what should we do as a public? You get what I mean, man? I think that is the best way to address it. But the family must also lead. Family must lead. People should not be the one to come forward. There are many cases on Mohbad that can seek redress. It's not a redress for murder, but it's a redress that crime was committed one time or the other. And they are valid. These are valid things. These are things international organizations can jump on. These are things CLOs can jump on. CLOs might not be able to jump on Mohbad murder because it's a police investigation-led matter, but they can jump on bullying against Mohbad. That was evidence. They can jump on it. Bullying is not good in a civil society. There are a lot of things we can do. And I feel people, when they see the lesson in this and they see the effect on generation coming, it will help.
Woohoo! I got the three musketeers. We got the three musketeers here.
Aristocrat. So dear,
allow him finish, please, sir. Can you allow him?
So dear, Aristocrat. I rest. Why you did not give him claps? All these brilliant ideas, submission deserves a clap, bigger clap. Anyhow, I just came to say, Aristocrat, you're right on point. You're right on point. Carry on.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that wonderful answer and analysis. And to you, sir, talking about manipulation, VDM and the likes of you are the ones manipulating the public. Because first you said in that particular video, Sam Larry did not touch Mohbad. You went on and said there are other videos, evidences of Sam Larry assaulting Mohbad. If you listen to VDM, before and after the interview, you could sense that he interviewed him off camera before bringing him on camera. I don't understand. Someone should explain to me. I don't understand that kind of interview where you interview someone off camera.
Let me join in on that. You see, In the light of engaging with the media houses, the mainstream media, medium, or what have you, even Donald Trump did pull a plug on a 60 minutes interview at some point because they injected something in the process that wasn't agreed before the beginning of the interview. Now, there is absolutely no way you can just walk into BBC and they will just sit you down and start throwing questions at you. Now, do you know how many times a number of people who are pivotal on this case may have actually attempted to go somewhere to be interviewed, and there's a disengagement simply because they can't agree terms? No, you're going to bring something to the public. You're going to sort of like put the cameras in front of them. You want it to be smooth sailing. So you will have to plan exactly where it is. The questions are going to be put in front of you. You're going to agree which questions you don't want to answer and which ones you want. And if it's watered down to a point where the interviewer is not happy with the interview, the media house, can also decide that the interview will not go along. So it has to be pre-planned. We need to know what we're going to put in front of the public. Once the camera starts rolling, then you are in front of the public. And remember, VDM at the end of it said, I am not going to engineer any process to tweak this video. So yes, it needs to be done. They need to agree. Now, if that then comes to play, as we've seen Joseph Aloba, we've seen Wumi Cynthia, we've seen their body language, or whatever the case may be in all the interviews that they've given, yes, it needs to be pre-planned. Both parties need to agree what question you need to ask and which one you want. Otherwise, I rest my case on that.
Okay, thank you. From my own understanding, I might be wrong, because after the interview, for me, VDM believed Sam Larry. Yes, he believed Sam Larry. And I am correct to say that he is the one manipulating the public. Because he did another video and brought out the issue of DNA again. And that brings us